I watched the movie Heat for the first time, and this is what I think. Before I get into the review, I want to let you know, stick around to the end so I can give my ranking of this movie and let you know what I think. So, IMDb has this movie. The description for it is a group of high end professional thieves start to feel the heat from the LAPD when they unknowingly leave a verbal clue at their latest heist. So, before I get into the actual movie, I want to go through each character and let you know what I think about everybody's acting performance and let you know what I think. Al Pacino and Robert De Niro are the main characters of this movie. Al Pacino is a detective from the LAPD, and Robert De Niro is a professional thief that has done these heists. He gets a new crew or new people and some people that he knows every time he does a new heist, and both their performances were great. I know a lot of people love this movie, and overall it was really great. I liked Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. They both gave a great performance. Robert De Niro, I think he's probably the best character in this movie. He is the professional thief, and he is trying to find the love of his life. He is a professional thief, and he is trying to find someone he can live the rest of his life with. And that is kind of hand in hand with Val Kilmer's character, who is also a professional thief, but with Robert De Niro, but he has a long-standing relationship and he's married. And yes, it is rocky, but we get to see the relationship in that job profession where, if you want to say that, where the ups and the downs and the rocky relationship with that character. His character, Val Kilmer, is probably my favorite of the movie. We do see the relationship between him doing this work and his wife and their relationship and how it affects them. So I think throughout the movie, I know Val Kilmer is not really the main character. It's more focused on Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. But Val Kilmer gives us a snapshot on what Robert De Niro wants, what Robert De Niro is. He is trying to seek out with the relationship that he's trying to build in this movie. And so I think Val Kilmer is a very pivotal character in this movie to kind of show the foreshadowing of what Robert De Niro wants and how his life is kind of going, even though Robert De Niro is older than Val Kilmer. And so I think Val Kilmer's character is super interesting, and he was definitely my favorite character in this movie. But let's go back to Al Pacino. So Al Pacino is in a relationship and has this stepdaughter, which is played by Natalie Portman. And I think that those two relationships between Natalie Portman and Al Pacino's character, I think are what shows his personality and his character. I know there's a brutal scene closer to the end of the movie where she is about to die, as a spoiler alert, but she's about to die and she's bleeding out and he has to run her to the hospital. That shows Al Pacino's character, the personality to his character, where even though he's not like so married to this relationship, he's married to his work. We see that. We see he's married to the detective work, the LAPD, and him being a cop or a detective. But we're brought back into reality where he has to save Natalie Portman's character, and that shows a lot of emotion from him, even though he's given all his energy to being a detective and his life. He even says in the movie, I can't remember the quote, but it's like that is his life. He is part of the LAPD, and that is what he does. And so it affects his relationship. And it kind of is hand in hand with Robert De Niro's character, where he's trying to build a life with somebody. And that's super interesting, where you see the familiarity between the two characters, but yet they're in totally different paths of life, where one's a cop and one is a professional thief. So that is super interesting that we can kind of see the similarities between the two characters, but yet they're totally different. Overall, the action is great. I think they did great with all the action and the detective work in this movie. It feels good. I think when I watched this movie, I kind of saw that they are trying to build a, heist kind of cop versus thief movie, but it's not only just about that. It shows a lot of the relationship between these two characters, where even they meet at like a coffee shop at one point, and they have a conversation, and Al Pacino basically is like, I will catch you. If you continue doing this, I'm going to follow you and I'm going to catch you. But Robert De Niro, his character is like, he's done this for years, and so he is a professional thief, and he knows how to ditch the cops. He knows how to get out of situations where he's not at fault. He doesn't get anything that they can prove in court and, tie him to the crime. Overall, I think this movie is great. I think it is super interesting, and I would probably give it like a 7 out of 10. I think it was great with the cop stuff, with building these characters, but for me, it felt a little slow, and it felt like there was too much that they were trying to put in it. They were trying to put Val Kilmer's character in there. They were trying to put Robert De Niro and Al Pacino against each other. I think it was great, and I wouldn't say that overall there was a lot of flaws with this movie, but it does feel at some point slow, where they're trying to show all the characters and all the relationship with what they're trying to pursue in their life. And so that's why I would give it like a 7 out of 10. That is definitely a great score. I would definitely recommend this movie, but just going into it, know that it has some faults. But overall, I would definitely say it is the best movie I've seen in a long time. And if you enjoy cop movies and, pursuit, cop trying to catch the criminal, then this movie is interesting, and I would definitely recommend it. If you enjoyed this movie review, then put it in the comments, and thank you for watching this video. I will see you next time on the next video.